Hey Aries, how you doing? Come on in, make yourself comfortable, sit for a spell. I really felt like getting outdoors to do your read, just to tap into the elements, the natural energy flowing about in the world. And I think there's something about that coming in direct relation to you, Aries. Maybe you need to get outside. Maybe you need to get a little space from artificial sources of inspiration. Take a little space from online activity. Take a little space from tuning out with the tube. Take a little space from anything that doesn't really tap you into the ground of your being. And I feel like in order for you to do that, you really need to get outdoors. I'm picking up the energy of walks and hikes and even sitting by a body of water and quiet reflection as being real good medicine for you right now. Just to get a little breathing room. I think it's really important. It will help you make contact with the truest, realest essence of yourself. And maybe you have been feeling a little disconnected or a little out of sorts, or just like something just feels a little bit off. And I think the recalibration point for you is to get back out in nature. You are hosting this full Hunter's Harvest Moon that's coming in on the 6th. So I'm sure you're feeling this building energy. It is mounting right now. And let's dial this in. We're going to see what's coming in for you. How is your quest unfolding? This is the wrapping up of a significant karmic cycle that goes all the way back, especially for the cardinal signs, all the way back to the tail end of 2009. So you might be finding you're doing a deep dive review of your past experiences. You're integrating all the medicine from those experiences. You're seeing where you've grown, and you are also seeing where there's illusions that still need to be shattered, where there's aspects of yourself that you've outgrown that you still need to shed. And in some cases, you're looking at reinvigorating, renewing certain aspects of your life that maybe you put aside for a while. This could even be some kind of inspiration, some kind of creative project, or some kind of brilliant idea you had that you kind of got caught up in the stresses of day-to-day life, just sort of in survival mode. And now you need to take those things off the shelf. You need to dust them off. You need to have a second look at them. And as I say that, there's all these leaves that are starting to fall from the trees. So yeah, let the superfluous fall away, because there's something more essential that needs your focus and attention right now. And I feel like if you get a single-minded focus with this, you're going to feel such a renewal in your spirit. All right, overarching theme. This is for any significant Aries placement, or if you have Libra rising, that makes you an Aries Descendant. Yes, patience with the process, okay, with horsetail here. You may feel like I got all this energy just sort of like teaming up inside of me, but I have nowhere to direct it. I feel like I'm not being given the avenue to truly tap into the full potential of the power that I have at my disposal. But that point will come, okay? There's a lot that's balancing out right now. We have the energy of Saturn and Venus coming in here. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. You could be dealing with a Libra. You could be dealing with a Taurus. I think that you're looking at things in terms of sort of like your public image, how other people perceive you. If you're in business for yourself, you may also be looking at your brand. Is your brand authentic, or is there something you need to shift there? Or for a while, did you get kind of caught up in the game, you know, playing by somebody else's rules instead of really just listening to your own personal inspiration, even if it's not how other people do things? I think you need to return back to your original idea, your original inspiration, and just let it all flow from there. Sometimes you need to depart from the source of something to get back to the essential nature. Once you realize that if you sort of play a game by another person's rules, that it really does take you out of your element. And it was funny because as I said that, I noticed this old vintage Camaro drive by, and there was this huge stuffed tiger hanging out outside of the passenger window. So yeah, it's time to reclaim the eye of the tiger, the thrill of the fight. You may feel like you're up against a lot of obstacles, a lot of challenges, maybe because you are a bit rogue, you are a bit of a maverick, you do things differently from other people. And maybe not everybody gets it, but that's okay, okay? Stay on target with your focus, because I do feel like you have what it takes to see this through. Tiger medicine is also about endurance, okay? It's being able to move steadily towards your goals and see something through, so stay focused. Also, meditation would be very helpful for you at this time. Every time I see horsetail, it really reminds me of the pineal gland. So consult your pineal gland if you have doubts about what your next step should be. Forget about what everybody else is doing. Forget about recommendations you're seeing online. Forget about distractions from the outside world. Turn your focus inward and up towards your true source of guidance and inspiration, your GPS there that you got that comes from your higher consciousness. And I think you'll find that you really hit the mark. In time here, you will see that the avenue opens for you and you're going to move forward very steadily. You are coming into your power here, and there will be movement forward as indicated by horse medicine there. There could be a Sagittarius connection too. So you might be going on a trip pretty soon. You might have a desire to move into greater expansion. Not only that, but I feel like something's about to come in here. Something's about to manifest. It's going to lift your spirits. It's going to give you a more optimistic view about what's possible for your future. But not only that, I also feel that what's coming in here is a true recognition of what power you do hold to change your reality. And it has everything to do with where you focus your attention. You may also be formulating a whole new philosophy of life. This may be very outside of the box in relation to perhaps the philosophy you adopted when you were coming up as a kid, you know, what your elders told you was the truth or the way. You might be getting a little bit of a different view. And I feel as you tap more into this stream of consciousness, you'll really feel like a level up in relation to the power you hold. So let's see what else wants to come here for you. I mean, something's coming towards you. Ooh, it's a bit of magic. I like this. This is what's up ahead. It's a turning point. The Wheel of Fortune is about to turn for you. There is some kind of communication that's coming in here. Now, for some of you, this could be communication coming from a person of significant interest. This could be a person that you feel holds a lot of power. It's coming in with the number 40. So that is the Emperor energy. This is also you really recognizing that you do have your own inner authority. You do have your own kind of special brand of magic that you wield, and tapping into the roots of that and taking some kind of action to bring about a transformation. And I really feel like what you're tapping into here is what sets you apart from everybody else. This isn't about, you know, kind of playing by the rules. This is really you making your own way. And we have to remember when we're looking at the Aries energy, Aries is the innovator. Aries is the torchbearer. Aries shows the way for everybody else. Aries initiates the energy. You get the whole wheel of the zodiac moving here. So there is a Wheel of Fortune coming in here that's going to transform your life. It's an alchemical moment, and I do feel it puts you in a position that you never expected to be in. And when this change of fortune comes about, it's going to feel a bit like magic. There could be another person involved in this. Yeah, something's moving forward here. I mean, you heard the engines revving. Somebody's all revved up and raring to go. We do have 2 roses here, so I feel like there's somebody else that you're partnering with, you're bringing your energy together with, and there's something beautiful that's happening here. But with that 40 energy, it is about you coming into your power. And normally the Magician in the tarot is associated with Gemini. But I really feel that this is speaking to the quality of Uranus and Gemini that we're currently moving through astrologically, where something really unpredictable is going to happen. Just as you sort of felt like everything was really rutted and intractable and unable to shift. 9:44 on the clock. Yes. So you see your star is coming into view. And what's shifting is you're not hanging out in the South Node anymore. This is a transformation point. Everything is going to be renewed. Oh, I didn't even notice that. We got Uranus right there, hanging out with Jupiter. Okay, so yeah, that is that Sagittarian Wheel of Fortune energy. Things finally shifting, getting a higher view. Maybe you felt like the wheel was running over you for a while. Not so anymore. Let me get some more details here, and then we'll pull out some cartomancy to fill in the gaps. Anything else that wants to come in here? You might want to work with ginseng. Okay, of course, consult your healthcare practitioners before you dive into that. Make sure it's a fit for you. But ginseng is a great adaptogen. It can really give you a lot of energy, especially if you've been dealing with a lot of stress. It's very tonifying for the nervous system, but it also gives you an infusion of energy, especially when you need that little extra push here. And what we got coming out here is dragon's blood. So dragon's blood is quite a magical resin. And not only is dragon's blood quite a magical resin, but it also brings in a lot of blessings. It brings in protection. So you are watched over here, and I do feel like your Stargate is coming into view. You're going to make your way up to that north node. This is a blessing energy. And it's also you really tapping into the anima mundi. So that is that world soul. It's when you recognize that everything you see in the natural environment is there speaking to you, that there's an interrelationship going on between you and the elements. Okay, so allow yourself to really take this in by spending some time outdoors. I do feel it's necessary. So if you got one of those jobs where you're in a cubicle all the time, or you're constantly staring at a screen, you need to go out and look at the beautiful screen that nature puts before you. It's far more cinematic. You'll have more access to the guidance you need. It puts you in the flow of synchronicity, and this will be really beautiful for you. I do feel like you're heading up to a point here where the last stages of some bad blood that needs to be cleansed, shed, is clearing away here. It's coming in with the energy of Pluto and also Black Moon Lilith. Okay, so these can be some like shadow aspects of yourself that have been exiled, or maybe they've been cast into shame in some way, and you need to reclaim these parts of yourself because they're actually empowerments for you. So this is the point in the tale where Lilith sees through the deception of the false judgments that were cast upon her as being villainous, and instead she recognizes, no, I was vilified because I stepped into my power. And in seeing through that deception, she really reclaims her magics. And she goes through a transformation. She rises. She rises as Inanna, Queen of the Heavens. Okay, so this is a beautiful transformation point for you. And I do see like a lot of dragon medicine coming in here. You may feel really drawn to dragons. I have to tell you, your totems don't have to just come through animals that you see on the day-to-day. You can be drawn to so-called mythical totems. But let me tell you, the Council of Dragons have been very active, and I'm seeing them all the time. I'm seeing them in the sky, in the cloud formations. I'm seeing them in the treetops. So if you do feel like that's your medicine, I encourage you to make contact with what's above. Maybe you've been looking down too long. You need to chin up, okay? Things are about to turn around. I also feel like there is this piece coming in here that you might want to get yourself some dragon's blood incense, okay? It's wonderful for bringing in blessing energy, and it's also really good for clearing out harsh vibes and negative energy. And you don't need none of that, man. You don't need none of that where you're going. Let me do a cut of the deck here, Aries, and see what we got. Yeah, see, very soon this transformation is going to come through. We see it hinted at with that full harvest moon in the backdrop. Look at that. It's coming in with your energy, coming in with Mars. And we also got the energy of Pluto on the scene. So it may be a bit of a tower for other people when they see the action you take. Your ability to transform, your ability to shed old skins, also to allow the scales to fall from your eyes and to see things with discernment as they truly are. You might want to get yourself a clear quartz It'll give you a lot of clarity. It can also just keep your energy running real clear, even if you just like carry it in your pocket, or you know, those of you broads out there, you might want to tuck it into your bra. But it is really good for just giving you a lot of clarity, a lot of focus, and it can be a good ally. So if you're not used to working with stones or crystals, maybe invite a little bit of that medicine in. You could even put together a little like a mojo bag, put a little piece of clear quartz in there, maybe put a little dragon's blood resins in there, get a little bit of that ginseng root, stick it in there with it, and you might even want to include some nettle, okay? Nettle is also really good for clearing out inflammatory situations. Nettle's good for cleansing out the liver, so maybe you felt like you got a little pressurized fire going on there. You know, let it flow. Don't hold in what you're feeling. But I don't think that popping off is the right way to vent that fire that's been held in too long. I feel like taking action is a good way to go. So get your body moving, okay? Especially outdoors. And there on the other side, I'm telling you, this Wheel of Fortune's about to turn. It's a magical moment. You're coming into your power. You've already been cast into the sea, Taliesin. You're about to really have the activation of the bardic path open before you. So I love this for you. You do have the power in your hands, and there's somebody here that is coming together with you in sweetness and synergy. So I like this for you. Maybe a fellow wizard. All right, I want to get one round of these. I'm using these playing cards. Okay, these playing cards are from Delta Airlines, so some of you may be planning a trip. New Orleans could be a connecting point there, all right? New Orleans is also a real magical place, so there could be a New Orleans connection here. Notice there's the horse there. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get your horsepower back. I feel that. And there's the horns of judgment sounding, but they're not your typical horn, man. It's the saxophone fetus. It's the birth of a new sound. Ooh, I got sentience around that. It's the birth of a new time in your life. You're going to do it your way. You're going to improvise. And I think you're going to have a good time while you do it too, okay? So very optimistic outlook here. Cardinal signs are really being freed from a long, heavy holding pattern. So if you're an Aries, or if you're a Libra, also Cancer and Capricorn, things are really going to look up. We kind of get to experience the goodies first out of the gate, because we know this Plutonian territory very well indeed. Also, all the tricky dynamics between Mars and Venus. So yes, you Libra risings, you're really feeling this too. Especially because you've got the new moon coming in your sign as of the 21st, and it's right on the cusp of Scorpio season. So a lot of Mars Pluto energy operating right now. All right, let's check this out and see what we got. We're just going to get one round of these just to fill in the gaps. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think in some cases you felt like a lot of time was stolen from you just because you were dealing with tricky situations, or maybe you were dealing with deceptive people and you got kind of caught up. I feel like your chariot got caught up in that minutia, but that's about to change. Look at this. I love how it comes in. Double sevens, man. Yeah, that time's up. You're not on hold anymore. And there is messages coming in here. There is something coming in here that feels like a real stroke of luck. Something that feels heaven sent. It's right up your alley. And it brings you into perfect alignment here with the Four of Clubs energy. Okay, this is really good. Really good news, okay? It's not an ending for you. It's judgment in your favor. All right? Sagittarian energy coming in around that. Your energy coming in around that. Also, we got like fifth house energy coming in around that as well. It's a time to have more of a carefree passage in your life. Let your hair down, have some fun, enjoy yourself, embrace more of a playful spirit. You know, all work and no play makes Aries a dull one, and you can't You can't live from that place anymore. It's time to lighten up a bit, okay? Things are really about to look up for you. So I love this coming in. All right, we're going to get something out here before I cut the deck. What do you want Aries to know, Spirit? Any more details you want to give to Aries? Okay, what is this? Yeah, I mean, this did come out like in reverse, but I'm turning it upright because I feel like what's coming out here is you are recognizing what doesn't work. And so your perspective about this may be negative at first when you see what doesn't work. But what you're not recognizing is in acknowledging what doesn't work, it helps to set things right. Yeah, and it relieves you from some kind of burden. And also you're not operating in the dark anymore. This allows you to really turn things around. This could be in relation to a Scorpio, or this could be in relation to situations or people you were associating with that just we're operating too beneath the surface, like too many secrets, not upfront about things. I don't think you have time for that anymore. You want to know where you stand with people. You're tired of dealing with situations where you feel like everything's hidden under the light of the moon. Everything is so like cryptic, you know? No, I don't think you want to deal with that anymore. I feel like you're putting that behind you. You have the strength to put that behind you. You know, what used to work doesn't work for you anymore. And I like this. It's a really positive energy. Okay, anything else coming in here? Oh, okay, it wants to speak some more on this around what you're ditching here. Okay, well, this is your energy coming in here. We got the Queen of Spades energy coming in here with the King of Hearts energy coming in here with the Two of Diamonds energy coming in with the Five. Oh, that's interesting. It came in reverse, but it's actually turning around. Ooh, I like how that happened. So you may think something's really screwed up. You may think it's a hot mess. You may think everything's topsy-turvy. It's not true. It's actually a way through. You've had a false perception. This could be around another fire sign like you, or somebody who holds a lot of fire like you. I mean, we got also the Libra rising energy coming out as well. Masculine, feminine, or any other air sign energy or fire sign energy as well. So bringing Sagittarius, Leo into the mix, as well as Aquarius and Gemini, okay? So you may think that, you know, somebody wasn't being real with you, or somebody was being deceptive with the Five of Spades here in reverse. But you're going to get a different view of that. You're going to realize you had an incorrect perception about that, and that something is actually a lot more balanced than you gave it credit for. And I think that changes how you invest in the future emotionally. And there's some kind of coordinates coming in here that really lines you with your true north in terms of what will truly fulfill your heart. Oh, wow. Bottom of the deck, there is that Ace of Clubs energy. It puts that power in your hands, and you recognize that something can work out after all. All right, I like this. Let's go ahead and do a cut of the deck. Just cap this off, see what we got. All right, so you may have needed some time to separate yourself from some clouded influences that were causing complication, that were making things unclear. But again, it's opening your road. There's a way through here. This is the change that's up ahead, and it's a firm yes. This is two keys. It sets two free in a beautiful way and brings you into alignment. Godspeed.